Last year, in the series season preview, I predicted that the Panthers would start slow, get better as they went, and win the Stanley Cup. And I had an enormous amount of faith in that prediction to the point where nobody could talk me out of it. And over the course of the year, everything went according to plan until right at the end. So I wrote a book about it. Now, the ending of the book is last year's ending. The rest of it is my life up to that point. The reason why I bring that up now is because I find myself in the exact same position here again, just not with the team. See, the entire time I've had Fluffy over the years, the one thing that I have had faith in is that when the time came, he was going to go out on his own. He'd go close his eyes, go to sleep, not wake up. So while I'm waiting for this team to win a cup, I go to bed every night praying that he doesn't wake up before it gets too bad. And we're really there at this point. So I don't know what the title of this video is going to be because I don't know what's happened in the game yet. But life could be a lot different by tomorrow morning. And hopefully, my Panthers are a part of that.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Alright, Panther fans. Here we go. Game 6. There's not a whole hell of a lot to say, is there? Right? We've made some lineup changes. Verhaeghe's back up top. Rodriguez, some second line. Cousins draws in with Lomberg and Stanley the way it should be. No complaints. We won 6 straight. I understand what Maurice was doing. Probably waited to remove Okposo 1 game too few. 1 game too many. You know what I'm saying. Now, there's only one other thing. And I've been thinking this all day. My dad texted me. He's thinking the same thing. Bubba. Now, Bubba, just much like McDavid, Bubba can be the secret weapon. When Tampa was winning cups, when it was really time to shut things down, Vasilevsky shut the door. No questions, no worries. Tampa knew that if the shot didn't get blocked, of course they were blocking a lot of shots, but they knew if the shot didn't get blocked, it was still getting blocked by Vasilevsky. So maybe we need that a little bit here tonight from Bobrovsky. You know, we can talk about where's Reinhart been and you know, is Barkov going to score, and we can talk about all of that. You know, what's Montour going to do? OEL's now leading the top power play, which, I mean, OEL did it before Montour came back this year. So we can talk about all of that, but Bob is still the X factor. McDavid is who he is, but we've seen Bob stop him before. Whatever happens out there on the ice tonight, they need to leave it all out there. If somehow we can't win, yeah, there's still a Game 7. I don't even want to think about that. I got other business to tend to here in my personal life. They need to win this game here tonight. For all of us, not just for me. Not just for the players, but the fan base is... This is past the point of being queasy now. This is borderline abusive. So, we'll move on, see how this game goes. I don't know what my reaction is going to be. Either way, I don't know. Could be crying happiness, could be crying tears, a little bit of both. Fluffy's in there whining, waiting for me to come back. So, let's get this game going. So it's 1-0 Edmonton after one. At least there wasn't a shorthanded goal. Now the good news is even though Edmonton has one goal, we have 2 shots on goal. So I think that's good. Is that good? That's not good. Yeah. The worst part about this is that if we do lose this game, the series is still not over. We'll have to go through 3 continuously straight days of every sports show, every YouTuber, everybody in the world talking about how the Panthers are getting ready to do something that has almost never happened. Yeah. Still only 1-0, but there's no signs of offensive life whatsoever here. Rodriguez, OEL, and Tarasenko continue to be the 3 guys with the most legs. Interestingly enough, none of those guys went through long playoff runs last year. Move on to second period. Go get ice cream. So it's 3-0 Edmonton after 2. I'm just going to save it for the post game unless there's some miracle and we actually win the cup. Just going to save it and go sit with the dog for the extra little bit of time because he deserves it. This team doesn't deserve. I don't want to say anything right now because it's way too emotional. So let's finish this game up, and yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so context to this recap. You know, I'm not in a great emotional space because of what's going on with Fluffy. So I had hoped they would finish tonight. And if we had to call the vet tomorrow to do what needed to be done, I could, you know. But we're gonna have to keep him kicking for a few more days here because I'm faced with the dilemma of, you know, the dog or, you know, Game 7, and this is like, you know, the dog and this hockey team are my life. So they're putting me in this position. So what I talk about with the hockey is affected by that. Now, it doesn't matter what I say here. I'm going to be wrong and I'm going to be right. Because I could place blame and somebody will say it's not this, it's that. It's because it's all of it. Now, whether or not I believe that this started as overconfidence. End of Game 3 and Game 4. Game 4, they were kind of like, that's okay, man. We win it at home. Okay? That was what Game 4 was. But during that time period, what began to happen was momentum and confidence for Edmonton, which Paul Maurice doesn't believe in momentum because he's a friggin' moron. How do you not believe in momentum? I mean, that is the most dog shit, cop-out, bullshit thing I've ever heard. Of course there's momentum. Anybody that's watched sports for 5 minutes knows you can smell it in a football game. Back, forth. Oh, that didn't. Oh, there it goes. You can see it. It's energy, man. And it's not woo-woo stuff. That's if you walk into the building, it's like, man, it's vibing. It's energy. You know what I mean? You can feel the vibe. It's just energy. So half of the problem here is that what's happening is Edmonton is gaining momentum, and we have a head coach that doesn't believe in momentum. And as that's gone on, and his calm demeanor, I'm not going to blame the whole thing on him, but his calm demeanor is both a blessing and a curse. Many times it is a blessing, especially in the middle of the season. They're on a slump. All right, I get it. He doesn't want to blow up. But after Game 5, with the, well, I liked our 5-on-5 game and all this other crap coming out of his mouth, you get the feeling that these guys don't realize what's happening. So you've got that. And then you've got, you know, the fan bases. I have not watched one piece of content regarding this series in the last 2 games, with the exception of the interviews. I can't do it. I can't sit there and do it and be what I need to be for Fluffy right now, while getting myself aggravated with whatever any of the creators that I would normally watch have to say, or the media. I can't do it because it doesn't matter. This is between the players and themselves. It really is. And you've seen Barkov out there giving some effort, and more than some effort. Kachuk, okay. Lomberg and Cousins were flying around out there tonight. OEL is noticeable. Ekblad and Forsling are having a tough time. Everything we're doing is soft. The passes are soft. Of course, with the exception of the shot that Forsling took, which was a hard shot, which got blocked and ended up going back the other way in the back of the net. 3 goals on 20 shots, I think it was, for Edmonton. I know they're high-quality chances. Vasilevsky saves at least 1, if not 2 of those. Prime Vasilevsky, when Tampa was winning cups, those pucks aren't all in the back of the net. Well, I'm not going to say to blame Bob either, because he scored a goal. So, but like I said, no matter what I say, you could say it's something else and you'd be right, because it's all of it. Now, the end of Game 5, we watched them play really good second half to the second period, and good third period. We almost made the comeback. Now tonight, we start, we get a goal first few minutes of the third period, and then the same things keep happening. And when I say it's all of it, it is not just what Florida or even Edmonton are doing, or Maurice, or now, like it's other things. Every bounce is going away from us. Every bounce is going away from us. Every board battle that we were winning is now being won by Edmonton because they're outworking us. Are we tired? How can they do that? How can you get all this way? How can you get all this way back from where you were last year? And you tired Game 4? And that's one other thing, is that, Panthers fan base, this is a unique position. We're going to find ourselves in a lot of unique positions here in the next few days. I have a feeling there will be, this is the first time. Don't forget, for fans of other teams, we were here last year. This is not like our first trip to the, and then we can say, well, there's next year. This is next year. And, people asking me on the stream, well, is Maurice going to get to keep his job? Are they going to blow it up if they lose? I don't know that on one hand, what does blowing it up solve? What does that solve? On the other hand, I don't know what, like if they lose this, and then a couple weeks later, we got to watch the draft in the free agency. It's like, who's going to give a shit? If they get reverse swept, who's going to care if Montour leaves or Reinhardt leaves? I mean, maybe we'll care. Not saying we won't care is a bit harsh. But the point is that I don't know necessarily if they would blow it up versus just kind of let it disintegrate, because it's disintegrating on its own right in front of our eyes anyway. I don't know what you could point to personnel-wise on the ice right now to say this is our problem, and fix it. I mean, this is it. This is the team. These are the guys. So, what do we need to do Monday? What do we need to do between now and Monday? Well, this is the moment, and I know it's a pipe dream. It had never happened. They ain't never letting me get a press pass. Because this is the moment that I would love to have a press pass so that somebody down there would ask some real questions. So that somebody down there would actually put some pressure on this team, media-wise. Make them sweat just a little bit. Or at least get the fans some real answers. Don't let Maurice off the hook with "I don't believe in momentum." That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And it's literally costing us right now. He doesn't believe in half of the reason we are losing this series. Or fixing to. Half of the reason we've lost these 3 games is momentum. That started in the third period of the third game. And the coach doesn't believe in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, to fix the problem, you have to acknowledge there's a problem. And this schmuck won't even admit that problem could ever exist. So, yes. If we get reverse swept like this, I might not be upset if they moved on from Maurice. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But the things that are happening, there's parts to what's happening out there that are fixable, but the coach won't do it. He won't press the right emotional buttons. He's so busy telling us how it's a special room. These guys are different. And they coach themselves and they run the room and I don't do much. Shut up, man. What I wouldn't give for Torts to be our coach right now in this moment. Doesn't guarantee us a win, but at least we would feel reciprocal emotion coming from the coach that the fans are feeling. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're dying out here, and he's like, well, I liked our first period. Our 5-on-5 was pretty good. Are you out of your freaking mind? I'm so sick and tired of hearing his little one-liner quips. It's not why we brought you here. So there's that. And then there is Anton Lundell coming into the zone, and he's trying to zigzag in, and he kind of gets in. And it would have been a perfect time to drop the puck for the guy coming behind him, or slide the puck over to the guy going to the net, except there's nobody there. He's by himself. And a couple minutes later, like Sam Bennett came into the zone, the first guy into the zone was OEL behind him. What the hell are the forwards doing out there? It's abomination. And, speaking of abominations, the passing. Gain the line, dump the puck in, go get the puck. 2 guys, go get the puck in the corner, 1 guy come out to the net. Or 1 guy go get the puck in the corner, and 2 guys come out to the net. Stop trying to cross-ice passes. They got their stick on everything. It's just like Tampa all over again. Remember how Tampa used to just obliterate us? Because we cross-ice, and they're just like boop, boop, boop with their sticks. The same thing is happening all over again. Dump the puck deep, you lazy schmucks. Dump it in. Now, is that going to guarantee that we're going to win? It will stop what's happening, which is cross-ice pass, stick, out of the zone. There goes Edmonton. It's another 2-on-1. Let's just give them away, Bogo. So there's that. And then there's the defense. Lack thereof. Now, I understand if you're tired and, you know, McDavid speeds by you. Okay. But we are standing there. We're in position. We're in position. Here they come. Oh. Maybe I should have checked. Oh, shit, the puck's in the back of the net. We're not hitting anybody. Not hitting anybody. Nobody. We just let them come into the zone. We back up. They set up. We ain't blocking shots. They're just letting them come in and do whatever the hell they want. All of them, Forsling included. I've seen them all doing it. So, every facet of the game is betraying us right now. But to me, at the core of that is that's because Edmonton has momentum, and the coach doesn't believe in momentum. So you cannot expect Maurice to be moving the chess pieces on the board to fix the problem if he won't admit that there is even a game called chess, let alone that he's playing chess. So they'll give their press conference right now while I'm talking. I gotta go back in there and try to get the dog outside, and hopefully he can still walk, and then I'll say goodbye to him for about the fourth night in a row, hoping he goes, and then he won't go, and he'll wake up tomorrow morning. And it's going to be 100 degrees here tomorrow and Sunday. So we'll spend a lot of time inside, massaging him. Cats will fly back tomorrow. Kachuk will talk about getting rest and recover, and they'll ask Barkov about the offsides. I hate that rule. If you're new here, I have consistently for years say that I hate that whole way that they can nullify a goal. That said, it did look like it was about 1/2 of a millionth of a millimeter offsides. Might have been 1/4 of a millionth of a millimeter. But I knew they were taking that back. I knew they were taking that back. But that ain't why we lost. It's funny. What's funny is that had we made that score 2-1, this is the shit I would ask Maurice right here. Had that puck gone in, it's 2-1. Now, Maurice, why were you yelling and screaming? What would have been the benefit of us getting that goal at that point? And I just wonder if his response would be, well, it would have given us some momentum. Probably not. Hopefully not, because I would slap him upside the head with his own words. But that ain't why we lost the game. Another couple questionable icings. They're calling us tight, whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter. All of it said. All of it said. We got another game Monday. Thank God it's the last game. Because I don't think any of us, Edmonton fans, might want the season to go on, but the rest of us Panther fans, I hate that I'm looking so much forward to the end of the season. But if this team lets Edmonton not just reverse sweep, but if this team lets them skate around with that cup on home ice in our arena, who's coming back for this next year? How do you sell this team to anybody other than the dumbest of hardcores like myself? Anybody that's been picked up with the 2 long runs over the last couple of years, I mean, they'll check the score. They might go to a game, maybe, if, brother's got an extra ticket. But the heart is where you need your fan base. And they can either lock it up on Monday, or they could throw it away on Monday. So, I don't know how much content I'll have, if I'll have anything out over the next couple of days. I don't know if we'll be live at noon. I'm going to try, but Just depends on the shape that the dog is in. We're still streaming because we got to stream, but it's easily, this is the most stressful, most difficult thing I've ever had to go through in my life. The Ducks, I mean, he's gone downhill so fast in the last week and a half. Like, if you would have asked me when we were up 3-0, I would have thought the dog still had maybe even a year to live. And since the team has gone to shit, his neurological, he's going. And so I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, legitimately, like I feel like I'm in some kind of like Twilight Zone, like I'm in a nightmare I can't wake up from. And I'm not saying that to be, that's not a analogy. That's not, like I feel like I'm in a nightmare, legitimately sleeping in a nightmare that I can't wake up from. I made the team, my living, my life, and the dog, and all of this going on at the same moments. How? So, yeah. All right. I've rambled enough. I gotta go save poor Kyle from streaming. If I don't see you before Monday, I'll see you Monday. I'm sure we'll do something. I'm sure I'll have something out. If you want to keep up to date on what's going on with the dog, I've been doing community posts that way. If I can sit in quiet with him for an hour and he doesn't whine, I might try to knock out a podcast or something where I'm just sitting there talking to y'all. But you're probably sick and tired of hearing about it anyway, so it's my problem to deal with. All right. Appreciate all the support. Thank you all for coming out to the stream tonight. We had over 700 people. Thank you. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. And all super chats. It means the world to us right now. And yeah, so we'll see you soon.